Hey, hi, everybody. This is Sunny, and I'm really excited to talk about this topic. Actually, I'm excited to talk about several topics, but of course, I'm not going to squeeze all of it in this one video. And before I start, I just want to very quickly say this, and then I'll get to the topic. I just want to say that finally I made up my mind. I was confused for a long time. What should I do? What should I do? I'm going to coach, but what kind of coaching should I do? I was thinking, and finally I came down to I zeroed it on relationship coaching. So at the moment, I'm focusing on relationship coaching. You know, so when I say relationship, I mean like with relationship with your parents, relationship with your partner, or any kind of relationship. Any close relationship that you might have. So what I'm doing is I'm offering a free conversation, or you could call it a discovery call. Maybe you don't have a great relationship with your partner or with your parents, and you really want to have a good relationship, but you don't know how to do it. And so I'm here to support you, and we can have a discovery call, and you can find out ways how you can have a great relationship. No matter how bad your relationship is, no matter how long you've stopped talking with each other, wherever you are, everybody has a potential to have a great relationship. Once they understand how their mind works, then it's relationships start to get better. Like my relationship with my wife has gotten better and is getting better and better and better. I've been learning about how the mind works since the last 14 years, and my wife also has been learning. And it's not necessary that both the partners have to learn. Okay, even if you just learn it yourself, you can still have a good relationship. So there are many people who don't want to divorce, don't want to break up with their girlfriends, don't want to, they want to keep up that relationship with their parents. But for some reason, they find them, they find certain things about them very annoying, very nagging. And, so people start to think a lot about these issues. And then what happens is when you do that, it kind of comes in the way of your relationship. And then you stop to enjoy your relationship, and then you just never want to see them again. It's happened to me also. Sometimes I don't want to see my mother. Sometimes I don't want to talk to my wife. Sometimes I feel I'm in the wrong relationship. So all these are very normal things. Don't worry if you're going through that. I'm here to support you. So just I'll put all the details down under this link, and you can contact me. And this free conversation is absolutely free with no strings attached. So don't worry about being pressured after that, that you have to work with me. And you don't have to. You have a choice. If you felt the session was helpful and you want to continue the relationship, then we can continue. And if you feel otherwise, don't worry about it. No strings attached. So feel free and contact me if you really want to. If not, it's okay. Doesn't matter. You can either watch these videos, or you can even call me up or contact me and say, Sunny, can you just recommend some resources? I want to improve my relationship or something, and I'll be more than happy to help. Okay, anyway, so that was a very long introduction to my free coaching. Now let's get to the topic. So today's topic is about discouragement. Okay, now I was very inspired by this man called George Bransky. He's a fantastic coach, and I've been following him since the last 14 years. I've bought a lot of products from him, from Bransky and Associates. You can actually check it out. I can even put the link down below, and you can check out their website. They have a lot of free stuff. They'll have lots of audios and videos and programs that you can join online, and you can even buy products that you get and listen to it on at your own time. So it's up to you, right? Anyway, I was very impressed when he recently had a stroke, and he's an amazing person. I mean, even after having a stroke, he's written like 2 or 3 books. and he's coaching people, along with his wife. And currently, I'm reading their beautiful book called Unbreak Your Heart. It's a relationship book, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Uh, I'm really enjoying it like anything. And so this man, the other day, he was being interviewed by Almond Tree. Now, Almond Tree is a foundation that works with people uh, who like works with people in families where one of them is having some sort of a problem, like maybe their child is autistic or SEN, or some sort of a problem. And so this whole series, or this Elementary Foundation, they focus on helping the carers who are caring for the people who are going through these long-term problems, physical or mental. And so over there, George was interviewed by these two people. And they asked him, like when you had the stroke. I can't remember the question exactly what it was, So basically, he was going through the stroke, and at one point, he couldn't even speak. So he was actually he had this insecurity, or he had this fear, or I don't know how to say it exactly, but he felt, oh my God, I can never speak again, because most of his life he's been speaking with people. He's either been a seminar leader or a coach, where a lot of talking has to be done. And because his speech center got damaged or destroyed by, or compromised by the stroke, so he was finding it difficult to even talk. And so I don't know what was the question, but he said during that time, I just made sure that I'm not discouraged. And now actually he's healed a lot, which is amazing, because even doctors gave up on him. But he's done a great job. His wife, Linda Pransky, who has supported him, right from the day he had stroke. And really, they have a beautiful, you know, they make up a beautiful team, I would say, And because of our encouragement, and because of what George has learned from his teacher, and Linda has learned from her teacher, their teachers were the same, Sydney Banks. And even this, what I'm sharing, is Sydney Banks. So anyway, so he's starting to talk now, and he's starting to do seminars and webinars with his wife, and he's coaching people, of course, along with his wife, but at least he's doing it, which is wonderful. And so he said, like, I stayed away from discouragement. Now, some people might think, oh, how can you stay away from discouragement? Because, discouragement, when it comes, it comes. What do? Do you suppress it? Do you do anything about it? No, I'm not talking about that. Sometimes, yes, it's not like George never got discouraged. He got discouraged. But the thing is, he knew that discouragement is just a temporary thing, it's just a thought in the moment that's making you feel in a certain way. So, whenever you're discouraged, whenever you have discouragement, it's usually because you have a discouraging thought in your head. And thoughts are very temporary, you know uh, they uh, they come in and they go out, like clouds. They don't stay there permanently. But we sometimes, in the moment, we feel, oh my God, my life is like that. Like even me right now, I'm going through discouragement. I'll be honest with you. Like I'm trying to promote my coaching business, right? And I've spoken to a few, not few, actually, several people, and most of them, they're not interested. They're not coming back. And then, in your head, you're thinking, like, I don't think this is going to work, And, but, so sometimes I do feel discouraged. But when I heard George, I said, oh my God, it's so beautiful what George is saying. It doesn't really matter, what's happening on the outside. It's nothing to do with the outside, it's to do with the inside. So I have felt discouraged many times. And when I heard George, I said, oh my God, that's so cool. It's temporary. Because you can forget, you can forget what I'm sharing with people. It's easy to forget as well. Like, oh, it's a thought. But when you wake up to it, you see it, and then you again get inspired and you take action. So that's what I've been doing. I've been taking action again. I just got on the LinkedIn. I found out a way, because in LinkedIn I have 500 connections, and I was thinking like these connections are useless because we don't even communicate with each other. And then suddenly I got a great idea, like, why don't you just connect with them and see what happens? So I started sending, since yesterday, these messages to them, not a spam or anything, but just offering them, a free coaching session to them or to their loved one, if anyone is interested. Like, there's no pressure. Like, so so what happens is, once you see what discouragement is, it's a thought. Then when your head clears up, you get new ideas. Like how I got new ideas. And yesterday I was working on LinkedIn, and as I was working with LinkedIn, I was thinking, oh, how can I can't send this message to someone like this. And then I was thinking, and of course I took a help of Copilot as well. I drafted a message in my own words, and then I asked Copilot, okay, let's kind of keep my languaging as it is, but of course make it into such a way, the message, that that I can send to people, and it's not like a spam or anything, right? And I was really having a great time working on it. So anyway, coming back to discouragement. So what happens if you're discouraged? Is it wrong? Is it bad? Do you need to feel guilty? Do you need to feel like, oh God, I've done something wrong? First of all, don't blame yourself if you feel discouraged, because we all feel discouraged. Because we start to look at the economy, we start to talk to people, nobody's responding, so we think, that's why we're discouraged, right? But actually, that's not the reason why we're discouraged. Why we are discouraged is, after we've spoken to everybody, then in our head, we have a thought, oh, nobody's interested. I don't think this is going to work out. That's when the discouragement comes in. Because there could be other people, I'm sure, out there that talk to people, and people might be telling them the same thing: the economy is bad and this and that, but they don't feel that way. Why they don't feel that way? Because in their head, they don't have those kind of thoughts. I'm sure there are such people. And we call those people resilient. They're very resilient. They have they're very high levels of perseverance, you know. But the thing is, the beauty is, those people are not some special people. Yes, some people do tend to not think much and do tend to have a bit more resilience than others. I've seen that in certain areas. But you don't need to worry about it. If you are the one of those people who gets discouraged very easily, don't worry about it. Once you understand how the mind works, you will get over it. So that's the next bit, which is very important, that if you're discouraged, just get over it. That's it. Just get over it, right? Don't pay attention to what you're thinking. Just leave it alone. Feel what you're feeling, discouraged in the moment. And at that moment, you don't even need to do anything. Just relax, take it easy, do whatever you want to do. Watch Netflix, go for a run, go to the gym, do anything you like. Breathing, meditation, whatever is your favorite thing to do. It's up to you. It'll come to you. And then once again, when you get a clear mind, you can come back to your task, whatever you want to do, and you'll get inspired, right? That's what I did that day. I was in coffee shop. I sent one email to somebody who I wanted to connect. I think I had spoken to this person about 5 years ago. So I said, okay, let me just connect. So I found the email address, everything. I made the whole message up. I read all the past emails just to, remind myself, what we spoke about. And then click, I send it through Google. Guess what happens? Gmail. I get a bounce back saying that this person email doesn't exist anymore. So then I try a couple of tricks to find her email address, to find her, I just couldn't. Then there was another person who I had spoken to before COVID, we had a few sessions in a Starbucks, and I had his mobile number, and I sent him a message. But then I realized that you know, I've not sent the message to the right person, so I deleted the message. I tried finding him on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and other places. I couldn't find this person. So, then I felt very discouraged. I said, oh my God, man, this thing is not working. I'm talking to people, nobody's responding, nobody's coming back. But actually, that's not true. Nobody's coming back. There were two people who I spoke to recently. So it's not like nobody is coming back. See how your mind kind of creates a story as well, which is not true. It's fiction, right? And I actually have one of my friend. He just I met him 2 weeks back, and even last week I met him, and he's been telling me that he wants to meet up because his son is I think ADHD, and basically is SEN. So he has some situation that he wants to. I have spoken to his son before once, and we had a great time, and I could see his potential. And so the parents want me to come back again, but they still haven't called me. I mean, let's see. They'll call me whenever. So anyway, coming back to the topic. So if you're discouraged, don't worry about it. It's not a permanent thing. It's not telling you the fact about what's happening out there. It's just telling you about the weather in your head. Right now the weather is not so good. There's amber rain, black rain, red rain going on in over here, right? So that's what is happening. But guess what? We've seen in Hong Kong amber rain, black rain, whatever rain, it comes and then it goes also. The weather clears, sun comes out, beautiful weather. So that's how it is with us. Once we see it's discouragement, it's a thought, then we know it's not permanent. But of course, at that time, you might still feel down and low, and don't worry about all these things. Don't analyze anything. Just know that it's thought, and you'll be okay in time. Don't believe me. Notice it for yourself. Next time when you're discouraged, or you can even try with other emotions, anger, fear, anything. Just notice it and see whether it leaves you. I'm sure it does, right? Uh, Anyway, so thank you very much for listening, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.